What if all it took was one familiar face to pull Amelia Shepherd back into the operating room? On Grey's Anatomy, Season 22, Episode 10, titled Strip That Down, the return of Addison Montgomery doesn't just bring nostalgia, it brings pressure, emotion, and a powerful reminder of how much medicine and these characters have changed. Kate Walsh steps back into Grey Sloan with the kind of presence only Addison Montgomery can command. And this episode quietly becomes one of the most layered entries of the season. Let's break down what worked, and why this episode says so much about where Grey's Anatomy is right now. Addison Montgomery's return is immediately impactful, not because of flashy drama, but because of history. Her bond with Amelia Shepherd has always been complicated, emotional, and deeply rooted in mutual respect. This time, though, Addison arrives differently. She's still brilliant, still confident, still making a fabulous entrance. But she's also clearly weighed down. There's exhaustion behind her eyes, exhaustion brought on by the state of modern medicine, especially women's health care, and the emotional toll it's taken on her personal life. We get subtle updates about her strained relationship with Jake, a detail that will resonate deeply with viewers who followed private practice. It's a smart touch, reminding us that Addison's world didn't pause just because she stepped away from Grey Sloan. What's unfortunate, however, is how isolated Addison feels in this episode. There's very little interaction between her and the rest of the hospital staff. While it makes sense, most of the people she once worked alongside are gone, it also drives home an uncomfortable truth. This isn't the Grey Sloan she left behind. This is a new era. Addison asks Amelia to consult on a pregnant patient suffering from unexplained headaches. At first, it seems routine, the kind of case Amelia has been avoiding since stepping back from surgery. But, as Grey's Anatomy often reminds us, routine never stays routine. The situation escalates into an emergency, and suddenly Amelia is back in the OR, the very place she's been hesitant to return to. What makes this moment powerful isn't just the surgery itself, but the role reversal that follows. For once, it's Addison who loses control. Overwhelmed by personal stress, political realities in medicine, and the unsettling realization that her patient may have been pressured into a pregnancy she didn't want, Addison begins to unravel. The hormonal changes from the pregnancy have worsened a tumor, and that guilt weighs heavily on her. Amelia, calm and focused, does something unexpected. She kicks Addison out of the OR. It's a defining moment for both characters. Amelia steps fully back into her power. Addison is forced to confront how much she's carrying. Once outside the OR, Addison reaches out to Richard Webber. Unfortunately, they don't share a scene in person. Richard is still recovering at home, but their phone conversation still carries weight. Richard remains a mentor, grounding Addison when she needs it most. It's a small moment, but an important one. It reminds us that some relationships on Grey's Anatomy transcend time, distance, and even the hospital walls. The episode does balance its heavier themes with lighter moments, particularly a case involving an injured hip sustained during. Mail stripping and Link, Simone, and Wes handle the patient with warmth and positivity. Link even delivers an inspirational speech you'd expect him to give a professional athlete, which is both funny and genuinely affirming. That encouragement inspires Wes to give Simone a playful, romantic surprise later.
A sweet moment that hints at real chemistry between them. But the lightness doesn't last. Link is injured while treating the patient, taking a hard kick to the shoulder. From that moment on, something feels off. He tries to push through, but it's clear he's hurting more than he admits. Considering how this season began and the serious injuries Link already sustained, this feels like more than just a minor setback. Simone quietly steps in during surgery when she notices something's wrong, and by the episode's end, Link tells Joe he's considering taking family leave at the same time as her. It's a tender moment, but also a worrying one. Is Link choosing rest, or running from something he doesn't want to face? But now I want to hear from you. What did you think of Addison's return? Did Amelia's moment in the OR feel earned? And are you worried about what's coming next for Link? Drop your thoughts and your rating in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.